Friday morning, big day of soybeans today, and a Hillings Fest performance tonight.
You can actually see cows running back there. They're gonna come around this corner, right down that hill, and they want this ration. It's for them to come and line up. And a few cows already in the pen. They want this good feed.
Alright, it's a beautiful morning. Beautiful sight. Although my dirty windshield is all my camera's wanting to focus on. Get some fueling up done. Get them going again. Don't have too much left to this field.
We finished drilling that wheat for my uncle. We finished stuff south of the home place. And now it's time to hook on to another seed wheat trailer. This one's got a tarp. And there we go.
You want more water?
Water?
You had some water, you spilled it all over yourself. Was it cold? Dude, you got a look going on today, Owen.
Field's been a little tough on sickle sections, so he's off to fix another sickle section. It was like all the way taken out. So I guess I'll go and get this. I think everything left here will fit on one semi. And so Scott and my mom are gonna start getting the semis moved to the next field. He'll return the one from the elevator to the next field, and when we move there, we'll have something to dump on.
Alright, we're gonna have to leave these green ones in the corner, but we got that done. Moving on to the next. Alright, our Pioneer rep brought out some Jimmy John's, so he provided some lunch for us today. And he got here just in time before we moved farther away, so.
I made it to the field to 2 empty header trailers, so they got them both hooked up. One's making dust up there.
All right, well, Nathan, Kendall, and Dad, and Scott have been cutting soybeans over at the neighbors. I have been drilling wheat all day, currently filling with fertilizer here in my yard. I'm gonna do some disking around the outside of my field because it's still rough from the drip irrigation install. We cut about 80% of my field. We've still got what's left behind here. This should be ready here in a couple days. We'll finish the field. I'll be able to drill the whole thing to wheat. For now, I'm gonna focus on the front, get things leveled off. Yeah, plant it to wheat.
A farmer, rancher, and educator and performer with the Peterson brothers. They're famous folks. They perform all over the country.
Sometimes you don't quite get to everything in the daylight. These cows got watered and fed a little silage tonight in the dark. White faces are easy to see. It's just the last ones that have calved out here.
Oh, we got one eating. Might want nothing to do with it. She was ready for a close-up.
All right, now switch direction.
Head up, head up. All right, really fast. Reel go round and round, round and round. Watch that reel go, watch that reel go, watch that reel go, watch that reel go. Farmer style, work, 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 working farmer style. Hey, for my cattle. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Steve. Happy birthday to you. Blow it out. No, higher. Candle. Blow it. Sitting a little low. Blow it up. Good.
That's the rain coming on.
Did you find one, Blair?
No, put it in the pod.
Because it's temporary, but it's working. They're up thirsty today. That cow is jolting. She's basically keeping up with us. See where she goes. So, these cows in the water.
Morning, everyone. Gonna be a good week of work. Chance of rain on Thursday. I think most people around here are hoping it doesn't hit. The deer's just chilling. Oh, there's two of them. Bye, deer.
All right, really sad deal this morning. One of my cows, my OG cows that I bought in 2019, she's weaned 5 calves for me, and this is her 6th. I've kept 2 of her heifers. She is having kind of a swelling and abscess down underneath her belly, probably water belly, maybe heart failure, liver failure. She's not gaining any weight or holding her weight while she nurses this calf. 12 years old is pretty good for a cow. Also, I bought her for, let's see if I can remember the amount. I bought some of these cows for less than $1,500 because we had a lot of cattle in this country in 2019. A lot of cows, bigger cow herd. She's had 5 calves for me, but you can see the swelling on her right side and on her left side, and so she's not going to milk well enough to keep this calf healthy. So I think I'm gonna have to separate them off and maybe bottle feed the calf. I can kind of tell she's uncomfortable too. She's just kind of acting a little. She was still eating with the others, but she's uncomfortable. All right, we finally finished this field. The combines are on that very last strip. I have just a little bit in this grain cart, and then they'll each have a mostly full bin of grain in their combines. So I'm gonna drive this back towards the semi that's left closer to the exit of the field. I will get my grain cart emptied into there as we just filled the semi that was that direction. I'll get my grain cart emptied into there, they will empty their combines into there. But I'm gonna head to the next field, get over there, and my mom can bring me back to get another semi and help move some of these trucks, pickups and semis over to the other field.
It's Monday afternoon. Got finished up with this irrigated field, so we have some green patches on Greg's left to finish, but not right now. We will be moving on to some dry land. Sure looks like it'll be ready, so we'll see how that rolls in for yield. Got to make the trek over there. I had to replace a hydraulic hose on this header. Hopefully things will run well this afternoon and evening now. Alright, first field of dry land. They look basically like irrigated. This is one of our better fields, and it always seems to grow good soybeans. They got a little green to them, but they seem dry.
Okay, we got moved. This is one of our best dry land fields, we believe. It's an 80. It's got one draw through it, but Nathan opened up the north side, and my dad came down the middle, and I got the 2 trucks positioned with where they had opened up, and now I'm coming down to grab Nathan as he comes this way, and he'll have some space for his auger to come out. So
We are getting my field in front of my house drilled, Steele and I. Had to do a few maintenance spots before I got started. The drip irrigation trenches settled down over the growing season. I'd smoothed them out in the spring before I planted these soybeans, and then of course they settle. So I went over all the trenches and then a few kind of muddy spots from where we combined, got that all disked and leveled out. So now we're ready to no-till in the rest of the beans, or the rest of the wheat, and then it'll just be tillage wherever I did the spot fixing.
When I get time, I like to be nice and tarp my mom's truck and pulled it onto the road. This is a nice wide culvert, and that was the easy tarp, but I had time since we're doing beans. Now I gotta empty my grain cart the rest of the way and go get another 2 dumps.
Got our Uncle's Milo over here.
Somewhere in that area, between
Beautiful
68
and red.
70 possessions.
Drilling
Probably
this
closer
wheat
to
next
70.
to.
We want to get the ball.
Bright sun. At least the dust isn't too bad. Alright, it's getting dark. Kendall and Dad are gonna have to do chores in the dark because we didn't have any vehicles here. We were waiting for Mom to get back from the elevator. Anyways, now it's almost dark, but the wind has gone down too, I think. It was pretty windy earlier.
Alright, they've been cutting this bean field over here, about 2 miles away from me, while I have been drilling wheat. But I'm coming here to help move people back home, back to their vehicles at the last field.
Well, we had a really good day. Man, my flashlight turned on. Really good day, but we're gonna quit for chores. It's also toughening up quite a bit. So by the time we get some logistics shuttled around, I don't think we're gonna end up with 3 full trucks and a grain cart. But we have 2 full trucks plus a little more.
All right, next morning, there goes Brocana's grandpa Scott hauling in the first load. We got the trucks filled. I'm getting the combines fueled up, filters blown out, greased, and then we're hoping to hit it hard today. We've got a pretty good chance of rain on Thursday night. So today's Tuesday. We're gonna try to get as many beans as we can and then follow the combines with the air seeder and get the wheat in behind the beans. So the rain will water up the wheat.
This little calf wants to hide out in these telephone poles. I had to come back and make sure he was in here. I'm feeding with the feed truck this morning instead of the feed wagon. It has a little more capacity, and we have a little leak to fix on the wagon. So we're taking that apart and have to get it fixed. Still a 4-auger mixer, still a harsh box, so the cattle mill brings them their food. A lot of calves. Their moms. They're growing. All this green. And then the pounds of beef. Okay, there's 100 acres out here, and there's 43 calves and 43 moms. If the calves all gain 200 pounds on this forage, and those 200 pounds are worth $3 a pound, which really they're worth more than that, but we're gonna round down. That makes 8,600 pounds of beef gained on this 100 acres. Yeah, you multiply the pounds gained times the dollar per pound, you get $25,000. You divide that by 100 acres and you get $258 an acre on this forage crop after wheat. So that's why we grow a crop after wheat. This is a grazing crop, obviously, but these calves are going to gain a lot of weight out here. They're going to put all this sorghum sudan and millet. A lot of that will go back to carbon into the ground. building organic matter. And so it's building the soil. It creates a really good mat for over the winter, and then it'll get planted to corn next year. And it produces a lot of beef. So we think that's a win-win and better than double crop soybeans on the fields that we can get water to. We had cattle grazing this field I think 2 years ago when we filmed. We raise the cattle, you get the beef, perfect taste, you don't believe. That's the pour some silage on me parody. We had cattle out here on wheat and we filmed with them. This cow is super wild as an heifer. She got bred, came in as a feedlot heifer, raised a calf, and has now had her second calf. She was super wild, but now I can about reach out and touch her. There's a home-raised heifer. So I showed you guys that cow yesterday, had to haul to the sale. This is her daughter, and there's another one of her daughters out here too, but she's raising a good calf. You got to carry on your mama's legacy. They moved their water tank from the south end to the north end because they're eating more of they're doing more grazing on the south end. This was Nathan's idea. So instead of just doing a rotational hot wire fence where you move them based on the wire, we would just move the tank 2 or 3 different places and see if we could get them to eat the feed in different places. So
Tuesday morning. Oh, I had to tighten that elevator chain. Oh, is that step wobbly? Here, let me get you to the next one. Oh, he likes doing it himself. I need to oil that chain, that's why I left it open, but I need to remember to do it. I've been using this stuff to oil the chains because it's a lot easier to keep in the combine cab.
should have a good day ahead of us. We're about to fill our first semi here before, well, it's 11 something. And we've already had a couple loads hauled that we filled last night. And so I'll start filling on this next empty one. These beans are yielding good, which we said it would be our best dryland field. We're thinking maybe in the 60s, I don't know.
Carrots already?
No, I can take a couple more. I'm at snack on. We got cheeseburgers in the field with some homegrown tomatoes. Always next level. We got one helper, one sleeper. It's Grady's first time riding in a combine by himself. He's ridden in here with mom and dad before, but he's doing good. Plus he learned a new word. He says tractor, you know, fairly often, and he says tractor daddy if he wants to go ride with me. But combine, will you say it? Combine! There we go.
I've made my way over to the field we started in this morning. Finished this field, moved to the next one with the combines. But we're gonna plant it to wheat now. Fill them with seed. Shouldn't take too long if everything goes well.
This field, not near as good as the last field, but this is the best. This is kind of the best area of it.
Greg's getting some drill. My goodness. Greg's getting some drilling done. While I work on a header.
Alright, I actually get to do chores in the daylight today. So feeding this pen of steers. Another pen of steers out there. Then I'm going to feed the pears out there. My load is over 9,000 pounds now in this feed truck, about 9,500. Plus I feed another split load in the day. So we're getting rid of a lot of silage every day, that's for sure.
Long harvest day. I'll see how late I can cut here before it gets too tough. It doesn't Doesn't seem to be doing as bad as last night, but we're also in shorter beans. They feed a little nicer. We had a breakdown on the 35-foot header on the bigger combine. A bearing went out in the drum. That was unfortunate. It had actually been acting up. Like, we'd been having some intermittent plugging issues, and I could not figure out what it was. Well, hopefully this problem fixes that. Got all the parts located. There was one that my mom had to drive to Concordia for about an hour away, but hopefully tomorrow morning we can get it together. So we're just cutting with the one, so obviously things don't go quite as fast. So these beans still have some decent leaves on them. This side of the field is actually better than that side of the field. This is where we planted into a cover crop, and it looked really nice. And then they had some herbicide injury on them, some herbicide drift, which was unfortunate. I think they're gonna make out all right still, but like that field 2 miles away, it made 65 bushel of the acre. So like we planted them the same day, and it was kind of like a no-till with no cover crops versus cover crop. But this is the poorer soil. That's a much better soil field, but I still wanted to see how they compared, and now I feel like it's not really a fair comparison because these were cupped up and those ones weren't. These don't look too bad up here on the hill, but on the south end they were not so good. Now there's like 4 days of rain in a row starting Thursday. It is Tuesday, so Thursday night I think we have 2 more days. We could get a lot done if everything would run, but we definitely won't be getting it all done. Gonna be a late harvest. We have some things lined up in November, like we have a couple speaking events, and I have my anniversary. We have a anniversary trip planned. It looks like we're probably going to still be harvesting something, but if we have all the wheat drilled, it'll be fine. Like, we'll get it done. It's just the way it is some years, and usually it's the years where it rained, and you know, you have some more bushels to cut. You're getting some rain, so you don't just have endless hours. There's more humidity in the air, so I mean, it's a good thing. But yeah, it's looking like we're gonna be harvesting into November for sure. Maybe, well, probably halfway into November. I don't know, we'll see. You know, you never know what's gonna happen. I headed home. I had to turn on the heater because it's cold. It's like 55 degrees, so guess we're in late October. A lot of times we have a freeze by now, which a freeze would actually help a lot of things. But yeah, I was cold. I was glad I found my hoodie from this morning.